Hello and welcome. Sunday afternoon. Got a beer. This is the Harvest IPA. I suppose you're still calling it that, aren't we? It's looking good. I mean, it's not clearing. I don't think it will clear. Not ready fussed if it does or not. Taste wise, it's quite Vienna-y, I'll give it that. The hops have become a little bit more muted. The Vienna started to shine through a lot. To be expected, I guess. Do I like it? Yes, I can do. It's going down very well, very easily. In the background, I've got my balloon on. Of course, we're cold crashing the Citra vacant, or as I like to call it, Hey Little Citra. It's got another day so cold crashing. I was hoping to get it kegged today, but we had a power outage yesterday. It wasn't like we had a power outage. It was me and the wife having a mess about with each other and annoying each other, and she turned the electric off. And then when it got turned back on again, I forgot it reset everything in here. So when it should have been cold crashing for a day, it hadn't been. So I was hoping to get it kicked this morning, then realised it hadn't done anything since power had been off. Yeah. I sound all bunged up. That's because I am. Tested positive for COVID yesterday, which is all jolly good, isn't it? I felt like crap for most of the week. It just got to a case where I thought, I feel absolute shit, more so than I would with a cold. Absolutely no energy or anything. So I took a test yesterday and yeah, it was positive. And it wasn't even one of those where you have to wait 20 minutes, half an hour for the bands to come across. It was just like immediately, yep, that's positive. So anyway, it is what it is. So, gonna have some beers, cheers, and I'm gonna watch the first match of the World Cup. I'll go into work tomorrow, but I'll go in early. I'll go in like 4 o'clock, I need to go in about 4 o'clock anyway, so I can get back in time for the football. If I go in at 4, I'm on my own, no one about, I can get jobs done, get back, and not come into contact with anyone, so that's what I shall do. So, not really a great deal to talk about brewing wise. We're not set up for the next brew yet. I should be, but I just haven't got the energy at the minute. The fermenter needs emptying anyway. I need to get the grains together because we are going to do the Cornish tin miners. I'm keen to do that because it's just been there. It's always sat there in that book looking at me going, yeah, an interesting idea. What is it? So I'll do that. I don't. Is it meant to be like Doom Bar? Is that what it's meant to be? Because if it is, I'll be pissed off because I can't stand Doom Bar. But is it meant to be like Doom Bar used to be? I mean, I hear from a lot of people that original Doom Bar was really nice. Obviously, it's a bit lackluster these days and pointless. But yeah, if you know, let me know in the comments. And speaking of which, I've got my tablet here and I'm going to go through some of the comments and answer any questions that have been or things that I can answer because I haven't replied to anyone on this in ages and I really should, and it's quite bad of me, so I'm going to look through and answer a few little things. So because I've never done something like this before, so I'm going to try my best to go through, and this goes back now for notifications to about 4 weeks ago, so I'm sorry if it gets any worse. So if I click on that one, this is going back a month ago, and this is Rick Shaw, Brew a Bit Rick. He was asking about the glass. This was asking about this glass, but I think I answered that for his benefit. Yeah, so I answered that one, so that wasn't very helpful at all, was it? Next up, Dylan Jones. His comment, that was when I was explaining about how I rack my beer from the top upwards and out when he had his stuck Nipah. That's really there. White Rosal, was really looking forward to the Harvest Pale Ale. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you that this is the Harvest Pale Ale turned into the Harvest IPA, so you're going to have to wait a bit longer for that one, but I will actually do the proper recipe at some point. And speaking of which, actually, I finally signed up to Brewfather. It's taken me a while, I know. I did try it initially. My big problem with it has always been that if I do the recipe in Brewfather, I then have to transfer it to Grainfather to then get it into the unit when I actually brew. I am thinking of getting the Wi-Fi Bluetooth converter because I have got some internet in here now with the shed Wi-Fi and the new, after the rewire of the house, they also rewired our internet for us and the line coming in. Not onto fibre, but just kind of upgraded the box and things. So I do get some internet in here, hence why I'm able to use this, because this is just a tablet with Wi-Fi. It has no cellular connectivity. But yeah, I have an extender in here now that does seem to work a bit. Certainly at this close, which I will be using with the fermenter when I can be bothered to connect it and get a working tilt. I need to mess around with the tilt. I haven't looked at it in ages, and I know if you leave them stood up, that thinks it's on, so it drains the battery, which is what I'd been doing. I should leave it laid flat, I think, or is it vice versa? I can never remember. Anyway, so I haven't done anything with that. So I signed up now. I'll be Homebrew. If you're searching for me, I think you'll find me under. I don't know if you can search people like that and see who they are. And if not, it's 99Ulysses99, which was my original name because that is my email address. So anyway, back to the comments bits then. So Swamp Hen, New Zealand. John in New Zealand. He likes the transfer system from Zilla, and constant problem is the floating dip tube stick to the side. Your way seems simpler. It is. It's a lot simpler. Because that's what I do if I can. I find the simplest, laziest solution. There's a guy at our work. He's the laziest motherfucker ever. Really is. But if there's an easy way to do something, he will find it. He's the kind of person you want to send into corporations, and he will find the easiest, quickest, most cost-effective solutions for everything, because that's how lazy he is. He will sort you. Anyway, so that's what it is for that. So that was all about that one. So going up a bit further, yeah, we'll go to the next. This is from my Lazy Sunday number 58. Back to Brew a Bit Rick again. Yeah, it was thanking me for the explanation on the glass like I gave him. Yeah, he was watching me way before I even thought about making YouTube videos. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Rick Shaw. It's nice to know some people did. Anyway, oh, he has an extensive glass collection too. His are all over in the cupboards in the kitchen, few in a corner somewhere, which he hides away from the wife, and he needs to think about getting a shelf like I've got up there. I mean, yeah. Right. Well, that's all on that. So we'll move on up. If there's any I can think of, I knew there was. Oh, this is Lazy Sunday number 60, the one with the bear mats. Rick, again, it's about the only one that comments on my stuff these days. Old school beer mats. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I really like those beer mats. I do intend to do at some point, maybe when I redo this place. I will pull this place apart maybe at some point. Rejig things and organise it. Get some put up. Maybe on the ceiling. At the minute, the ceiling is basically just. I'll tilt you back and you can see what it is. It really is just that insulated tinfoil stuff. And me for insulation, and that's all it is. Where was I? Questions and stuff. Ah, the Aldi and Little beers, yeah, you do have to sort through them, and I find 71 Brewing is one of the better little ones, certainly brewers. 71 Brewing, they seem to do some quite good stuff that is constant. You know, I mean, you get some brewers where it's good days and bad days. Theirs is pretty constant, of an even keel, and for a price range that, yeah, you're happy with the beers you're getting for that price. Moving on, Uncle Jonah. I don't often get Uncle Jonah commenting on my beers or watching them, I don't think. I don't know. He maybe does. Got to love a few beer mats. Yeah, I remember spending valuable drinking time looking through the mats at the beer festivals. Yeah, I know. We grabbed a few at the beer festivals in our time. I have, indeed. Tony Howard, loved the rain on the shed roof. Yeah, blame Rusty for everything. Yeah, you got to blame Rusty for everything. Looking at you, Russ. It's always you. Big Banana, you seem more annoyed about FPL than the actual football. I am there. I am. The FPL, the fantasy football, is down to me. There's nothing I can do about the actual football, so I can't really get as annoyed with that as I can with me and picking shite players. So yeah, I do get more angry with that. I mean, I've been a Liverpool supporter as well. The last 5-6 years, won everything, so I've got a little to complain about there. Yeah, they've slipped back down again, but hey man, we had some good times again not long ago, so I can't complain about that. Whereas the fantasy football, I've just been shit, so I can complain about that. So I will do. Yeah, keep Ireland as captain. I only made more vice, so picked a 5 points. Got to get the bench scoring points all the time. Just think it. Yeah, I know you do. You do. You really do. You need to get a good sort of bench, but it's hard to kind of. Yeah, I'm just not very good at it. I'll be honest. Vintage beer match, yeah. Getting on the wall shows somewhere. Yeah, I will. I do intend to. Maybe, like I say, on the ceiling. I think they look good on the ceiling, to be honest, but it's just getting around to it, kind of thing. Maybe a thing to do in summer. Yeah, and Rusty, go Liverpool. Yeah. Thanks, Russ. Next one. Bear with me. And I'll see what I can find is next. Oh, yeah. This was from Lazy Sunday number 61, the one about the Harvest Pale Ale, which will be last week's. And Drunk Delilah. Stewie. Try spotless water for raw water. Yes. I know you mentioned this, I think, on BrewTube official ones, and I did look into it. And I think my nearest was 60 miles away, so talking petrol wise these days, that's a 120 mile round trip, and normally I do 40 mile for 15 quid, so if we're talking about 45 quid just for the fuel, just to go get the raw water. Sadly, it is not an option. It would actually be cheaper to get the raw water system, I guess. Certainly if I do more than one brew. So, but thanks for the idea there, Stewie. Mr. Peter Wells, no, never tedious, John, just a very interesting, humorous and entertaining fella. Thank you. Money's in the post, mate. Cheers. Mr. Rick Shaw again. See, Rick, he just likes getting a mention, I think. Blumeneck, I knew you were a brewing god, but you're obviously also a tech genius. Yeah, I'm not a fucking tech genius or a brewing god. But thank you. Your money's in the post also. Mr. Andrew Lynch. I mean, who doesn't know Andrew Lynch? Lol on the Vienna. Yeah. Might slow you down a bit drinking that sucker? No, nothing fucking slows me down drinking this stuff. Any of it. Maybe should, but it doesn't. Right. What was that a reply? Is that a reply by me? Did I send a reply? Oh, check out Rave for coffee. Yeah, I will do, mate. I've had a few people mention coffee places to me, and I completely forgot them. And my big problem was this is going back to Mastodon again. You pick a server, and you go on that server, and you see that server's social things, and then you can move on to the federated server. You know, like I'd said, like looking at Yorkshire, and then you move to look at all of England, and then the whole country. Well, I had switch service, so I've lost all the information that people had sent me about coffee places. So thanks, Andy. I will check Rave because I've lost all the other information about other coffee places to get coffee from. I had, yeah, because I am keen to try some better coffee. Because I don't get me wrong, the coffee I've got's all right. It's not brilliant. I would like something better. So yeah, that's a few of the questions. Well, it's not so much questions, is it? Comments that I've had and things to reply to that I haven't replied to. So I hope that is satisfactory for some people, because I know I should comment and I don't, and I really should, but I just haven't got the time at the minute to sit down really and do it, because I get I start doing something like that and then I've got a little naggy 6-year-old jumping on me, or a cat pawing me, or my wife's telling me, can you do this, can you do that, so yeah, so it's just kind of sneaking away for like a quarter of an hour to come here and talk to you and do it this way seems a bit easier. That's all. So World Cup starts very shortly. For me now it is 11 minutes past 3. 4 o'clock is Ecuador versus Qatar. And there's big talk about Qatar possibly winning this 1-0 due to massive payoffs to Ecuadorian footballers. Is any of that real? Is that just the usual nonsense like you see on Twitter and stuff? I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. I did mention it to Russell, and I think he was looking at putting money on the 1-0 score, so that's going to screw that up if he has. I'll blame Russell. If it doesn't end up 1-0 to Qatar, then I'm blaming Russell, and I think there'll be some angry men coming looking for him. Anyway, yeah. Beer-wise this week, I have actually been out and bought some beers. I just wanted to point out this one. This was what I had the other day. I'm a big 2000 AD fan, and Northern Monks, in memory of Alan Grant and Carlos Ezquerra. Strontium Dog Wanted. That was really nice. 5% pale ale. I'm not sure what hops are in it, but yeah, that was a nice beer. If you see it, have a go at it. I don't know if anything goes towards Alan Grant's family and Carlos Ezquerra's family or what, but why not? If you're into your 2000 AD. Another one I have that I haven't opened yet. I'm keeping these. I got one of these. Now, I saw Uncle Jonas had got the box of these. I didn't watch the video, but I saw he got the box of these, of all of them. Now, I chose this because basically it's the only one I actually like of the, of the chocolate bars, so to speak. I'm not a Mars fan, not a Bounty fan. Not, is it Maltesers? I think it was the other one. I think it's Maltesers. Might not have been. Marathon. Always been a marathon man. Oh, sorry, Snickers man. I'm getting all down there. But yeah, so I've got this, but I think I'm going to keep this for Christmas. I've got a couple now. Impy Stouts. One off Big Banana. One off Matt Calaby. And I think my mate Mike Ockway, who lives around the corner, the brewer, he's got some that he put aside, I think, to give me to do one as a taste test later this month or next month, I think, because he gave me one fresh and said, I want you to do a comparison of this is the one fresh, and then I'll give you the other one later. If he does, or if he's completely forgotten, I don't know. If not, we'll see. And I got one of these, and I've got another which is about 17%. Bear with me, and I'll pause it and I'll find it. Yep, got it. This is the Buxton Lasker 2020 Barrel Masters. 16.7%. So, yeah. So I've got this, which is a huge full-bodied stout with notes of dark chocolate and forest fruit, slightly sweet with toffee, caramel, vanilla, and oak on the nose and the palate. So yeah, I've got that. This is only 9%. That one. Only 9%. Rich chocolate roasted. Milk chocolate imperial stout packed with roasted peanut flavour and a caramel nugget centre. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah, see, it's a fucking marathon. Yeah. Not fucking Snickers and shit. Anyway, yeah. So I've got 4. I know, and I find it, if I get them, I like to keep them for later in the year, as in for Christmas, rather than just go out around Christmas and try and buy a load, because they're shit fucking expensive. I mean, this is this Buxton one, £10.50 for a 330ml can. But hey, is it worth it? It's the most expensive beer I bought, I think, for price per size, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's probably the most expensive beer I've ever bought as a takeaway. Obviously, in situ at beer festival and stuff, I've bought roughly £9. Yeah, something that was £18 a pint. That's a 330. Yeah, so yeah, roughly about the same as that, but in a beer festival, so it's going to be more expensive compared to getting it in a can. So yeah, I think the one most expensive before that I ever bought was a £9, and that was the Yellow Belly. Yellow Belly was, but it was a fucking gorgeous beer. I think I bought it twice, and I'd buy it again if it came out. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today. We're at 21 minutes. Any predictions for England? Because I'm not even sure we play Iran, isn't it? I believe, yeah, we're playing Iran. It's got to be a win, isn't it? It's got to be. I mean, I know. I'll come back to Russell and Rusty, because he does do the football. Him and Matt Evans and Mr. Stephen Burton, they seem to know what they're talking about when it comes to the fantasy football, because they're up there. I'm back down here again. Me and Mr. Calaby. I'm not as bad as Mr. Calaby. He's at the bottom, right at the very bottom. I don't think he really does work on it much at all. Don't mention it. Yeah. I think Rusty says he thinks it might be something like 8-0. No, I can't see it being that ridiculous. With the England setup we probably have, with if fucking Maguire's players and the likes of him and Dyer. I mean, how can Maguire get a game? Seriously, how the hell can Maguire get a game? I don't even know what Stones has done. I know I got told actually he done something like, I think he played about 6 games so far this year. It's not a lot, is it? Anyway, Sterling. Had Sterling played much at all either? 2-3 games? Yeah. I think we'll get 2 or 3 maybe. I would be happy with that, knowing us. 2-3. I'm gonna go World Cup finals. Yeah, take it steady. 3-0 or 4-1. I think Iran will have to go all out. They have to. So yeah, 3-0 or 4-1. I think to England. That is. That's my prediction for tomorrow. So anyway, cheers. If you got this far, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go get myself another one of these and go and get prepped for the England game, for the World Cup to start. I wasn't excited for this at all. I've not really thought about it. I don't even know half the teams that are in it, who's in it. I only know because people mention stuff. I only knew it was a 4 o'clock kickoff about an hour ago. I looked it up because I kind of was like, well, I know it starts today, but who we're playing and all that. So yeah, who's playing, should I say? So yeah, but I'm gonna try and get into it now. It's here. May as well. It's not fucking gonna stop, is it? If I didn't watch it, it'd still go ahead. The amount of money spent on it, it's not going to stop it. It's still going to be. We can still say fuck it. Qatar and it's human rights and all that, but I don't know. It doesn't sit right, but I'm still going to watch it because it's, after all, it's the fucking World Cup. There isn't a World Cup I haven't seen since, what, 78, 82? I think that 78 or 82 was the first one. 82 was the first one I had the Panini sticker album for, but I think I watched 78 because I do remember seeing Maradona. I do remember loving Maradona and watching him and just being amazed by him, and he ruined my football forever because I just thought that's all you did to play football, get the ball and run past everyone and shoot. Anyway, enough of that crap. Cheers, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.